Hello my beautiful people, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'll show you how to make this beautiful super comfortable kimono dress with pocket and drawstrings. Stay with me to the end to see how I turn this kimono into a dress and my little secret for making your pocket look neat and professional. And if you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe and join the family. So let's get started. Here are the materials I'll be using for the work. For this style, we'll be needing about 2.5 or to 3 yards of fabric. Now this depends on your size. For this work, I'll be using 2.5 yards for the kimono itself. Then I'll be using half yard for the pocket and the other things I'll need. And this is my tape, chalk, scissors, the measurement I'll need, and also the straight ruler. I'll also be using this for the neckline, which is optional. So I'll go ahead and keep these materials aside and open up the fabric. This fabric now that I'm holding is 2.5 yards and it's unfold into two, and I'll place it right side facing right side while it's unfold. After folding into two this way, on this closed part I'll fold again to make it into four. I'm doing this because I'll be cutting both the front and the back together. After folding into four this way, I'll make sure it's lying very flat. As you can see, I'll open it up for you to see now. All together is folded into four. And this closed part, that is what I'll use for my shoulder. And this down part, that's what I'm going to use for the hem. This closed part is where I'm going to impute the shoulder and neck width measurement, because the style I'm trying to recreate doesn't have a shoulder joining. So on this closed part now, I'm going to impute my neck width of 3 inches. Then I'll come down and impute a neck depth of 1.5 inch. Then I'll go ahead and connect from that neck width to the neck depth. I'm using a curve rule to do this, but you can also use your free hand. Now that I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to do is to take my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 16 inches divided by 2 will give me 8 inches. So I'm going to mark my 8 inches, placing it from the center front inwards, and I'll mark the 8 inches. Now that I'm done with the shoulder, the next thing I'm going to do now is to decide how long I want the sleeve to be. I'm going to use a measurement from my shoulder to where I want the sleeve to be, and that will give me 14 inches. So I'll place my tape from this shoulder measurement and mark the 14 inches. After that, the next thing I'll determine is how wide I want the sleeve to be. So I'll place my tape from this shoulder measurement and come down by 14 inches. After that is done, I'll place my tape from the shoulder measurement and come down to get my full length. And I got about 39 inches plus 1 inch for hemming allowance. After that is done, I'll connect with a straight line from my shoulder down to my armhole. After that is done, I'll go to the hem and draw a straight line marking the full length. Once that is done, I'll come to the armhole and I'll come in by 1 inch. I'll connect from the armhole straight into that 1 inch. Once that is done, I'll extend this 1 inch down to the full length.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down. The next thing I'll do, I'll come to this armhole now and create a slight curve connecting the armhole to the bodice. You can use your free hand, you can use your curve rule, whichever one is fine. And that is all for my bodice. This is my armhole, this is the sides, this is the hem, while this is my neckline. So I'll go ahead now and cut it out. There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. Damn, what a hell of a view.
And you can see what the armhole and the sides looks like after I've cut it out. So I'll go ahead now and cut out the neckline. After cutting the neckline, this is what I have. I'll go ahead and open it up. I'll open it up this way and I'll make sure that the sleeve aligns with each other. After I've placed the sleeve properly on each other, this is what the neckline should also look like. Now that I have it this way, the next thing I'm going to do is to choose where the back and the front will be. So I'll use this side for the front and I'll go in 3 inches from the center front this way, and I'll mark that 3 inches all the way down to the full length. Once I'm done with that, I'll cut out these 3 inches that I mark out. After cutting, this is what I have. This is what it looks like. So I'm going to open it up now. After I open it up, this is what I have. As you can see, the front part is now open and I hope you can see it clearly. Next thing I'm going to do is to create the band. In order to do that, I'm going to measure from one side of the front all the way to the back neckline, from the back neckline down to the other side of the front. This is what I mean. I picked one side of the front and I use my tape to measure it all the way round. I'll measure it all the way to the neckline, back neckline, then down to for the front. When I was taking the measurement, I noticed it's longer than the tape, so I continued. I started from one again to complete the measurement till I got to the end of the other side. After measuring, I got 80 something inches. Then I added extra 5 inches and this is what the band I've cut out looks like. The band on fold is 2.5 inches and when I open it up it's going to be 5 inches. So I'm going to use 0.5 inch to stitch down. I'll place my band on the right side of my fabric this way from one end, then I'll stitch down by 0.5 inch. I'm going to do this all the way around to the back neckline to the other side of the front. Before you stitch down, I'll advise you pin it down so that the work will be a lot easier. And after I stitch down, this is what I have. This is what the inside and the outside looks like. So remember I added extra 5 inches. So after joining, I had extra, so I'll just cut it out this way. So just in case you have extra, you can cut it out. The next thing I'm going to do now is to fold the sleeve. I'll open up the sleeve area. I'll fold it in by 0.5 inch at first, then I'll fold it again just like the way you see me doing, then I'll stitch it down. So guys, this is what I have after I've stitched down, and I did the same thing for the other side of the sleeve. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to hem the down part of my dress. I am doing this before joining the sides of the dress because of the drawstring I'll be attaching. So I'll fold the first time about 0.5 inch in, then I'll fold again, then I'll take it to the sewing machine and stitch it down. I'll be doing the same thing for the back also. And after I'm done, this is what I have. The next thing I'm going to do now is to close up the sides of this dress. In order to do that, I'll place it properly. Make sure that the sleeve area aligned, the hem aligned. If possible, you can pin it down. After I properly placed it, I'll mark 1 inch in from the edge this way. I'll do that all the way to the sleeve. In order to be sure what I'm doing, I decided to pin it down. At the sleeve area, you come up by 1 inch and blend in 0.5 inch from that sleeve area into the 1 inch of at the side, then you stitch it down. And after I'm done, this is what I have. This is how it looks like. The next thing I'm going to do now is to prepare the rope for the drawstring. When I measure the length I have here, I have about 24 inches and the width is about 1.5 inches. In order to sew the rope, I'll fold it in by 0.5 inch this way, then I'll fold it in again by 0.5 inch, then I'll fold it together again. Once I'm done doing that, then I'll do a top stitch. After stitching, this is what I have, and I'll be making 4 of this. In order to attach this rope, I'm going to press this sewing allowance flat open, then I'll mark where I want the drawstring to start from. I'll place my tape on it this way and mark 12 inches length. After that, I'll pick up the rope and place it under the sewing allowance. Remember I said we'll stitch down by 1 inch, so I'll place it under the sewing allowance at that 12 inches, and I'll place the second one under it at that same point. Then I'll go ahead and tack it. I'll stitch down to make sure that the two ropes are attached to the dress at that point. After doing that, I will now stitch down by 0.5 inch at that sewing allowance that I have, that 1 inch sewing allowance. I will make sure that I don't touch the rope itself. I'll just stitch down by 0.5 inch on each side, and I'll do the same thing for the other side also. After I stitch down, this is what I have. This is the back side and this is the front side. So I'll go ahead now and drag the rope so that you see, and yay, our drawstring is ready. So you can either rock it this way or this way. Either way is fine. The next thing I'm going to do now is to attach my pocket. In order to do that, I'll measure a square shape of 10 by 10 inches. So I fold in 1 inch at the top, then at the sides I fold in 0.5 inch, then at the down part I also folded in 0.5. The next thing I'm going to do, I'll place my tape on the shoulder and come down by my shoulder to waist measurement, and I'll mark it. Then at that shoulder to waist measurement, I'll come in by 5 inches from the center front. Then I'll place the pocket that way and top stitch, and I'll do the same thing for the other side of the pocket. After I stitch the pocket down, this is what I have, and that will be all for today. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed this tutorial so far, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more sewing and pattern drafting videos. See you in my next video.